The Iowa legislature has tried to make fentanyl testing strips legal in the past couple years, but has failed to pass legislation. This year, advocates argue the state's proposed bill would help stop fentanyl overdose deaths. After the Senate recently passed the bill, our Connor O'Neill has the latest.
Under current state law, fentanyl and xylazine test strips are illegal because they're currently considered drug paraphernalia. Fentanyl test strips are small strips of paper that people can use to test drugs or certain substances to see if they contain any fentanyl. If one line shows up on the strip, it is tested positive.
There's been a lot of work over the interim to work with partners on both sides of the aisle to determine and identify how important it is for people to have access in the moment to determine if what they're taking is safe. And so we feel a little better.
Supporters of the bill believe the current law's language is outdated, and if legalized, fentanyl test strips could save lives by preventing fatal overdoses from fentanyl or fentanyl mixed with xylazine, which is an animal sedative. The Iowa Senate passed the bill legalizing these test strips last year and this year, while the House has previously failed to advance it. Now, House Republicans say they haven't reached a decision on whether they'll move forward with the legislation.
I don't think we're in a position where everyone is comfortable with what the impacts of that bill may be. We know that there's been some within law enforcement that haven't necessarily been overly comfortable with that.
Opponents of the bill have argued in the past that these strips could be used to encourage drug use and potentially lead people to test the strength of drugs.
Now, on the topic of fentanyl, the Iowa House passed a separate bill on Wednesday saying that anyone found illegally distributing fentanyl to somebody else that results in the death of that person, that distributor would be charged with first-degree murder. Reporting from the Iowa State Capitol, Connor O'Neill, Local 5 News.
According to the Network for Public Health Law, over 3 dozen other states have legalized fentanyl and xylazine test strips.